All right, guys. Three more, just one more page of little recap notes. We're going to go right into your review. So, for Romans 4, this is the main idea. All are saved by faith. I think I've explained that completely. The main audience for Romans 4 are Jews. Now, Paul switches his focus a couple of times through the book of Romans, and we'll see that a few chapters later, he's going to be talking to Gentiles. But right now, these are Jews. They thought the law could save them by helping them be righteous. That is at least what they came from. The major example given in Romans 4 is Abraham, the father of the Jews, who was saved by faith, not his acts of righteousness, and definitely not by keeping the Jewish covenants or laws. Those wouldn't come for another 500 years. The application, the things that we can take, understand for our own life, and believe, all who believe are saved by grace. That's Romans 3. Through faith, Romans 4, we believe and trust God to save us, just like Abraham. All right, those are just 4 summary points for Romans 4. Let's get into your study guide. Okay, so I'm going to answer some of these, and some of these will be blank, and we'll talk through them. What is the main idea behind Romans 4? All are saved by faith. You've heard that 3 or 4 times now. Who is the main audience? Jewish believers. That was on your notes. What did Jews historically believe? That following the law saves you, or really being like Abraham's descendants is what saved them, but they didn't think of being saved the same way we did. They believed they were going to heaven. They believed that was theirs by being descendants of Abraham. The salvation they were talking about was Israel as a nation. Following the law kept God's covenant with Israel safe, and so therefore Israel was saved. So when we talk about saves, we got to define a few things. But that's what basically the Jews historically believed. So, number 4, all who believe are saved by grace. Grace saves you. God gives salvation to sinners. All who believe are saved through faith. Faith gets you there. We believe and trust God to save us, just like Abraham did. So, faith was credited to Abraham as what? That's in your notes. And you've probably seen this 2 or 3 times. Anyone who believes but does not work is counted by God as righteous. I filled that blank into you just because sometimes this is a little confusing right here. Okay, so King David speaks of someone who is counted righteous. What? Is it because of his works or apart from works? Think of what we've been talking about in Romans 4. Who is the circumcised group? Who puts their emphasis on circumcision? And really, who have we been talking about in this last chapter? When was Abraham circumcised? Was it before or after he was counted righteous by faith? Remember, we explained why that timing matters. It's to show that God is the God of what people? Jews only? All people? Gentiles? Good people? Bad people? What people are covered by this? Jews need to understand why. Okay, so when Abraham was circumcised, why it was important to point out that Abraham was circumcised. It was so Jews would understand that what saves us, what does not save us. This is the idea of faith versus works. The promise to Abraham that came from the righteousness that comes from, or the promise to Abraham, came from the righteousness. Abraham's righteousness comes from what? What did Abraham have that made him credited with righteousness? Okay, the promise, and I just flipped this. This is kind of silly, but I think I threw you guys a bone. Look at the way these two line up. Yeah, they're the same sentence, just fill in the blank. The promise is given so that we may what? In grace. Are we working in grace? Are we anticipating in grace? Are we nervous? Are we scared? Are we resting? What is this? The resting in grace means that we don't have to what to get saved? Or again, who's doing the work here? God's promise is what? Look for that word. That's in your notes, and this is a very important big word. And then God has promised to save those who believe, and we know that He will do what with that promise? What does God do with His promises? How do we view the promises that He makes? All right? Specifically, the words, it was counted to him as righteousness. Who does that apply to? Specifically, the first person it applies to. And then, in general, who does that apply to? No, both. And if Abraham was made right by faith, then what does that mean for who? So that's your study guide. Fill it out. The notes will be in your RenWeb, and this kind of takes you through it. It should be pretty easy. Open notebook test on Romans 3 and 4. Look in RenWeb for the date, and I'll verify that and remind you of it. Hope you guys are doing good. Have a good weekend. We'll see you. Bye.